Okay, another common question I get hit up with every day are bolt patterns. See these bolt patterns here for the GY6? Not all GY6 scooters are the same. There are many different types of GY6 scooters. When you buy on some of these websites or parts for AsianBike.com, whatever, some cheap site, and you're not using the OEM, you're only using a generic Chinese part, you don't know what you're going to get. For example, in a ZMD or a Devon motorcycle, the factory that they buy from, the bolt pattern is going to be totally different. Same thing with Baja from Pep Boys. So if you go on these websites, not all GY6 are the same. MRP uses the OEM part numbers from 5 different factories in China. So we have the GY6 for the long case, short case, Zongshan, Yamada. Yamada uses a totally different bolt pattern. Zenin, ZNEN, totally different bolt pattern. And who is Zenin? Well, you probably know them already. They're Fly Scooters, they're BMS, Q-Link, they're Puma Cycles, they're Lance. Lance used to buy from Zenin in China. So all these factories buy from, all these brands, all these importers buy from different factories in China. And the same is true in Europe and in South America. You have to look at this, the belt pattern and the measuring. CF-MOTO has a 150, not the same, it's a liquid cooled. Now there's also going to be different types, like the air cooled and the liquid cooled. There's also different types of liquid cooled, and there's also different types of air cooled. So make sure you know what you're ordering. Same thing with fuel petcocks. You want to measure on the fuel petcock. You want to measure it and make sure that you're ordering the right pattern. There's 13 millimeter, there's 16 millimeter, there's 19 millimeter. Here at MRP we have the different ones. Make sure you know what you're ordering. This is not the same, and that's why we use the OEM numbers that you can find under repair manuals. We're not just buying generic parts, we're buying the right parts from the right factories. CF-MOTO will only work on CF-MOTO. You can't use a parts for Asian bike part on a CF-MOTO. You have to use factory OEM parts. Kimco, in Taiwan, Kimco says GY6 on some of their 150 and 125s. You open it up, it might say GY6 on the cylinder. It is not GY6, it's Kimco, air-cooled 150. They might call it GY6 or GY7. It's not going to work with the Chinese parts. They're totally different. You're going to have to bore out the casing. You're going to have to bore out certain things. Some dealers can make them work, but they're not the exact same. So keep in mind when ordering parts to use the repair manuals. They're under the repair manual section of our website. All right, guys, hope that helps a little bit. Make sure to check those bolt patterns.